Aloha kākou e nā haumana. O Kaulana Vares, he kumu ma Kamehameha nei, ma ka iwakīloumoku. Aloha. Today we'll be making Laulau Palula. The palula is an old ingredient that we're trying to revitalize today, and it's basically the new sweet potato leaves. Most folks know ʻUala to be used for its tubers. However, the leaf has great nutritional value and also a special taste. So in order to harvest it from a bed like this, we want to make sure that we know our ha'ilima, so it's a length from our elbow to the tips of our fingers. This makes a cutting that's perfect for utilizing the leaf, but also for later on planting. And you want to usually grab, for one laulau, anywhere between 2 to 4 ha'ilima of ka. Ka are these cuttings here. One of the most important parts to any laulau are the la'i, also known as the tea leaf. So proper harvesting techniques include grabbing it from the bottom and pulling it off. And it tends to spiral up, left, right, so you want to pay close attention to where you're pulling from. We begin with palula and soaking it in some water and peeling off all of the palula, just stopping short of the mu'o over at the top. Tear off the stem part and just use the leafy part as the leafy base to our laulau. Then from there, we'll work with our la'i. You want to make sure to clean both sides with a towel, and then being sure to clean the inside of the stem. For a ho'i'o, or pohole to someone Maui, you want to be sure to take off all of the oho. This is known as the i'a oho okahua, the hairy fish of the land. I'm going to make sure to run it underneath the water. Now for our mamalu, you don't really want to put these under the water. What you should do is to take a nice wet paper towel, wipe it clear of any dirt, on both sides, and remove the stem part. Be sure to wash the pea and aka'akai under some water as well before working. So now that everything is washed and prepped, it's time to cut it up. So the first thing is our mamalu. What we want to do is to cut it in nice quarters. Then from there, we can move on to our ho'i'o. What you want to do is you want to cut off the ends to make sure you took off all of the scarring. And then from there, we're going to use our makolu, or our 3-finger width, and chop on down. From there, we have our pea. Cut it in half. And then from there, spooning out the meat. Be sure to mash up the avocado into a nice, soft consistency. Lastly, in prep is our aka'akai, cutting both sides, cutting into the ili, and peeling it off. Typically, I like to cut it in large chunks. Now we move on to the assembly part of the process. Before beginning, think about somebody that you aloha and that you would want to bring a smile to their face. That usually brings a good positive energy into this space, which is essential for food preparation. So with 2 tea leaves, you want to place them both down, shiny side up, and crossed, just like this. You want to grab 2 iniki of palula, one for the middle, and one just off to the side. You can grab 1 to 2 mamalu, and you're going to have them opposite of each other. And then you'll box it in with some aka'akai just off to the other sides. Some ho'i'o and pohole, placing it right in the middle here, adding in the pea that'll melt right over everything else. Then taking the second pinch or iniki of palula, grabbing your ʻaila oliva, dressing everything. 1 to 2 iniki of pa'akai right over the top. So now comes the part where we need to kulia and really try our best. What you want to do is with the larger leaf that's placed on the bottom, you want to tear it into 3 pieces along the midrib. So from the stem, you're going to rip down, and it'll be about a maha in length from the bottom of the leaf. And likewise on the other side. Gather it all up. I'm going to close the open sides. Coming back to those two torn sides of the stem, I'm going to wrap them around. And you can kind of do it gently, no pulling or tugging just yet. But once you start to get to the thick part of the stem, that's when you can really start to bind it. Wrapping it around again, tie into a nice knot. And here we have our laulau. You want to untie it as you put it on. As you can see, all the oils have kind of come out. The pear is all mixed around, and ʻaʻoia, aia maʻona. Ke aloha.